Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where three friends, three amigos, three bambinos come together to talk about nerd shit. It's me, your boy, Luigi, and with me is...
Miguel Sanchez.
That's right.
And Ed Bull.
There you go. Did I guys trip you up a little bit? Changing my name a little bit?
No, I was like, what's my name again? I don't remember what I said last time.
Yeah. I try to keep it fun. You know, every day, every week we do the same intro, and I try to change it up. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do. I kept it pretty classic this time. But what is different for the next 4 episodes is we are doing Punch Drunk Minis. You might have opened up the episode and you're like, damn, this episode is only 20, 15, 30 minutes long. What's happening? Well, we're doing Punch Drunk Minis because your boy is getting married and things are getting really, really busy. I'm going to get married next week, and then I'm going to be gone in Europe. I'm going to Barcelona, and then I'm going to Roma, and then I'm going to Paris. So during that time, we still want to give you your Punch Drunk episodes. So we're just kind of pre-recording these. You know, we're being good podcaster boys. So for this episode, we're not going to really be doing too many like news-based or what we've been into, or we're just going to be kind of doing like feature discussion. So for today's Punch Drunk Mini, our feature discussion is, do we trust Rotten Tomatoes? ? There was a whole article that came out about this like Rotten Tomatoes controversy, and I thought, hey, what a great opportunity for us to just talk about it. Guys, just off the bat.
Can you talk about the controversy real quick? Like, what is the controversy?
So the Vulture did a article, and it was just saying that basically it was just saying how Rotten Tomatoes is an easily hackable system where before, when they had before 2018, I think 2017, when you looked at Rotten Tomatoes, there were fewer critics. And so I would say that the reviews were a little bit tighter. And now it's opened up the floodgates, of course, more diversity, opening up to YouTubers, to smaller reporters, to even podcasters like us. And people have a more diverse view, but they can be easily swayed. So say a movie comes out that they want to get big attention for that big box office weekend. They'll say, okay, this is great for nerds. Let's get the nerds preview screenings so that they'll amp up the Rotten Tomatoes score, or, we're going to do this indie film. Let's get the indie podcast or indie video subscriber writers. We'll get them to view it, and then they'll pump up the Rotten Tomatoes. That's why after like that first weekend, it starts to change and shift and oscillate a bit. But I feel like this is the thing that we've been seeing. I mean, it happened with like Ant-Man. Ant-Man came out with like great Raven reviews, and then people saw and they were like, oh, okay, here's the truth. And this is like the job of the marketing team. Like they'll see the movie and they're like, okay, who are we targeting? Let's target them. And then it just, there's no like, oh, I give it a 10 and a 7 and a 6. And then it takes all that, making like a new number. It just says, okay, we have 50 people that say yay and 20 people that say no. And then they just kind of make the tomato meter that way. But really, I just wanted to talk about your thoughts on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, do you guys trust it? What do you guys think about it? When you see a Rotten Tomatoes score, like, what are your feelings? That's what I'm interested in this episode. How do you feel about Rotten Tomatoes?
I'm ready to come in hot. I don't know.
Coming hot. I'm setting out the red carpet for you to run in. Yeah.
I've got an opinion.
Let's go.
Yo, fuck Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, dude. Like, I cannot stand how we have treated Rotten Tomatoes.
Yes.
As it became like this stamp of approval on movies. Yes. Now what they do is just before the movie comes out, they'll be like, oh, fucking whatever movie. Oh, just hit 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I'd be like, I don't give a fuck what that means.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to watch a trailer, I watch a trailer. And then I decide, do I want to watch this movie or do I not want to watch this movie? And that's really all I need. You know what I mean? And I think, you're talking about how easy it is to kind of manipulate. I think, yeah, of course, because people are jumping online. They're saying, bah, 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 bah. And then now all of a sudden I'm supposed to take that seriously? No.
Everybody's a critic these days.
That's right.
We're professionals, but everybody else is... I had a co-worker who he was going down a list of movies that he was, making himself watch for the year. And anytime I had a recommendation, the first thing he would do is go look it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
No.
And based off of that, then he would proceed to go watch it. And I was just like, that's bullshit. Fuck off. it, yeah, I guess I'm with Miguel, and I assume you too, Luis.
Yeah.
Unless you're a traitor.
I love Rotten Tomatoes, man. Rotten Tomatoes for life. No, I feel the same way too.
Yeah, it's such a bullshit ballpark guesstimation of, just a summary of maybe general feelings towards a movie, but they would take like a C rating or a 3-star or whatever rating and take that as to bump up a percentage of any movie. It doesn't matter what. So it just there's no like exactness about it. Like you could hone it down to like the top critics or whatever they have listed. You have top critics and then other critics or whatever. But even that is a pretty broad spectrum. So yeah, no, it's just a cheap and easy way, kind of like the IMDb ratings. It's just like people, I guess, I get it, like people want those assurances going into a movie or whatever, but it also ruins it for, like, it sets expectations for, I'm just, like, I'm sure people who are just like, oh yeah, let's go see a movie. People not like us who follow movies all the way up from production to release date,
right.
And we're excited.
Here's the first still. Let's follow it.
Exactly. They dropped the first trailer. No, I mean, for the average moviegoer who's just like, oh, what's showing at the theaters? Like, seeing that little percentage which every theater is now promoting.
I know.
That's just like the little push they need, which is bullshit. We used to be fine without it. Like, read a review or whatever, but like, just go see the movie, whatever tickles your fancy, and make an opinion for yourself. So
I feel like you and Luis are more of like a like finger on the pulse when it comes to movies. Like I'm a little more less behind. Like I go on vibes. You know what I mean? I'm a vibe guy.
You go on Twitter and see what's going on. Are people?
I'll see like what's the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I like to laugh at a movie. That's fun.
Right,
but I don't want to. I don't think I've ever decided I am going to or not going to see a movie based on a Rotten Tomatoes score or an IMDb score or anything like that. Like if I see the trailer and it looks good, I'm gonna go see it. Yeah, you know what I mean. And that's like that's
if it was a movie that I was skeptical about or not really interested in. And then upon release, it starts getting like negative reviews and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's just like reaffirming, like, okay, I'm not going to go see this in theaters or whatever. Maybe I'll like wait till later or something. Yeah, like I don't go seeking it out. That's not my first like reaction. Even though they like throw it in your face.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's become so much more prevalent recently too. It's just like
trailers,
it's like the selling factor or of marketing of this film. You'll see some posts. It's like
it's all bullshit.
Blue Beetle just got
exactly.
It's like a screenshot. You're taking a screenshot of a brief moment in time where that movie is at its highest percentage.
You're bringing in a crowd of people who are already hyped about it, and they're going to give it a good review at the very beginning.
Like early reactions, those early reactions that get spread around on Twitter or whatever, but the moment you start seeing like critical reception, it's vastly different.
This is what happens.
Or it just confirms what you think. Like, I'm thinking like The Little Mermaid came out earlier this year, and first reactions were like, "Oh yeah, it's one of the better remakes," and I'm just using this as an example. I'm not trying to knock The Little Mermaid.
Best movie since The Dark Knight.
But then like when the actual critical consensus came out, it was more just like another notch on the belt for Disney kind of thing. Yeah, and every shot for shot, it's just like that's exactly what you would have expected it to be.
It's important. Like it's a thing that they use, and it's obviously movies don't even like it. It's just become its own beast that we've all like kind of enslaved ourselves to. But like, so it can work against them as well. Think about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. That was shown at where again? At Cannes?
Cans, right?
Cane.
Sugar Cane Festival.
Canes,
Raising
Raising
Cane's.
Canes.
Yeah, Raising Cane Festival. No, Cannes. So they showed it at Cannes, and obviously that was like not the right audience for Indiana Jones. And they should,
Oh,
if
man.
you were kind of like marketing it, that I was reading about it. They were like, what they should have done is they should have gotten the appropriate audience that was already kind of excited for it. So it kind of did the opposite of what they wanted to
Yeah.
do. When
Yeah.
all
But then
those,
when it started hitting theaters, you saw that percentage start rising up.
but that
Like
but,
it started off at like 40 something maybe,
but the problem
and
is
it
is
got
that
up to like the 60s.
but the problem is that first opening weekend is huge for a movie. Like
Yeah.
that's what everyone is spending their money on. Like you spend 2 years, 3 years just for that opening weekend, and because of those poor reviews up top, nobody came to Indiana Jones that first weekend, and they did not
God.
profit enough money for that movie at all. You know, that was considered like a bust, and so
Totally.
I couldn't believe how many movies this season on word of mouth
yes,
flopped.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's-
this
it-
was like
you
this was
can't-
a learning summer for us, I think.
you can't I feel like you just can't trust it. It doesn't you just can't. You need to hear off people, you need to go off your own opinion, you need to look at different reviews, you know, like just kind of you need to take all of this information and then kind of decipher and be like, okay, it's around here. You know what I mean? I don't know, how do you guys, when you go into a movie, is it just watching a trailer and then saying, I'm gonna watch it, I'm here for it, I don't care about the reviews? Because that's how it is for me. Like I'm just watching a trailer and then I'm like, this feels good or this doesn't feel good. I'm going to watch it,
Absolutely.
and I don't need really somebody's opinion to guide me that
I'm
direction.
always interested in hearing like what my friends think about it.
Yes,
Like, am I
yes.
crazy? Did I like this trailer too
Yes.
much or something?
Yeah.
But like as far as if I walk into a theater, it's because I've seen a trailer that I liked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or maybe it's just a big enough word of mouth that I need to see this movie. But I don't. Yeah, I've never gone based on that. Can I ask you guys this?
Yeah.
You know, we get on the podcast, we tell our opinions about movies, and this is our outlet for that.
Yeah.
But do you guys ever go see a movie and immediately jump onto www.rottentomatoes.com to like leave a review, you know, or Letterboxd or IMDb? Do you ever find yourself jumping on a site to actually do this?
I will go onto Letterboxd and like put a star rating. But I've never written a review about it.
That actually blows my mind the most, Ed, because you like keep a journal on films that you watch, right?
Yeah. And if anything, it's just to encourage that. It's just keeping track of movies and
Right. I admire it. I really want to do
more
that
of a
too.
catalog of my like every movie I've seen.
It's a private.
and what
That's a
I've thought about
private
it.
diary.
Yeah. I like that you.
I'm not.
I like that
promoting
you rate
I'm-
it with stars because I like what scares me too. It's like I feel like in this freeform conversation, I can talk about movies a lot easier, like
Sure.
easily. Like if I had to write it down, you know, now I'm having a panic attack. Now it's like, what's the right words? Where am I
How do
starting?
I-
Where do I jump in? And here we can just kind of bounce off each other. So, but the
Did I
fact that you
understand
just
the theme?
yeah. What's the theme? No, but the fact that you can just put stars on there, maybe I should start doing that just as like a personal diary because that seems less like anxiety.
Yeah, and you like I don't know how familiar you guys are with Letterboxd, but like when you rate a movie, you know, you give it a star rating out of 5, and then you can also hit like. There's like a heart that you can. So like you can, you know, if you saw a movie and you absolutely loved it, you can give it that rating and then also likey.
Okay.
But you could also acknowledge, like, you know, it's not a flawless film or whatever. At the
I
same
liked
time,
it.
like, it could be a movie that everybody loves and saying it's like a masterpiece. You see it, but you didn't love it,
Yeah.
kind of thing. So you can adjust that and shift that a little bit.
I think I will say, we were talking about, that's very cool. Sorry, this popped in my head. Shut the fuck up. No, we were talking about IMDb for reviews and ratings. I actually do use IMDb sometimes for television
Okay.
shows. So sometimes I get the pulse, like, let's say it's a show that there's a lot of fans, you know, there's a big fan base for that show. And I'll go to IMDb and I'll kind of get a pulse or see like a landscape of where all the good episodes will be. So you can clearly see like
So
out of
you
12
can kind
episodes.
of see the Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, things are about to get good. We're about to hit a 9.2 episode.
Oh,
at the
I don't
second
like
to last.
that. I don't like that.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sometimes
Like
I do
House
that.
of Dragon.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. House of
That,
Dragon.
that happened a lot with House of Dragon, and like there are people on like Reddit who are just like, "Oh, the next episode is blah blah blah" by the next morning, you know. And it's, I've always heard.
I think that might be too soon. Like House of Dragon is so immediate. This is like maybe like a Sopranos or like a Mad Men or like something
Breaking
that's
Bad at this
yeah
point.
something that
Where
that's,
you can actually see like a pretty detailed
with time. You know, it's not like people giving gut reactions. It's
today
like,
going, oh, I love
Sure.
that episode.
yeah, this is great,
Gotcha,
and
yeah.
everything's kind of
They
all
go,
out
no,
of whack.
literally, this is the greatest. Yeah.
And so you just after some years you get to see people like keep giving points to this one episode. And you're like, okay, I can see like I don't know.
And-
I do use it for that sometimes because for movies
got me
I can
think-
talk to people, but IMDb is just kind of like a little cheat sheet of like, is this season going to be okay? Is it really
I
not?
You got me thinking about it. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead,
no.
Miguel.
No, talkie.
No, but I'm just gonna say something utterly pretentious, so buckle up.
Oh,
I was
that's
just
what we
gonna
need.
say, I've always thought that the IMDb ratings and their like top 250, it's a simpleton's list.
No movies. No movies. I didn't say movies. Movies don't count
I'm
for
talking about
IMDb.
movies and shows. It's a
He
simplest.
said,
hold on.
simpletons.
I'm not saying okay. I'm talking episodes within a show. I'm not talking about movies
No,
or
I know,
shows.
I
Like
know.
not like top huge show. I'm just talking.
I hear you, baby.
Okay, good. I just needed to
I
be
hear
heard.
you,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
You're inspiring me to think about this a little bit deeper, but this is how I like to watch a TV show. Like, so first off, again, if I'm watching a TV show, it's because actually more so because my friends are telling me this is a good show or
Right.
or social media. That'll be kind of my thing. Is it a popular show on Twitter? But I don't, that's funny that you say that you go to IMDb to like see, oh, this next episode is going to be good or whatever. I don't do that. I just read every time I end an episode, instead of hitting continue to next one, I hit back and then I select the next episode and then I read the synopsis and I go, okay,
Really?
yeah. Dude, it's like a compulsion of mine. I need to know what's coming. So I relate to what you're saying. I just don't go to IMDb to do that.
I don't do it. I don't do it all the time. I think it's like when I was watching like Clone Wars or whatever. Okay, I watch a really good
Yeah,
episode.
okay.
Like, oh, I really like this one, and then I get to see where is my opinion laid out in this kind of graph. And but I don't. I don't ever go. I never like want to know what's happening in the next episode. But I
Episode by episode. Can I tell you and I'm spoiler alert for Game of Thrones? Okay, if
Okay.
you're listening now and you haven't watched Game of Thrones yet. We were watching Game of Thrones in season 4 and 5, what a few episodes were, and so same thing where I like to pause. I like to read the synopsis before I watch the episode, and that one episode where they go, for the North, or the North remembers, and then they stab Jon Snow.
Yeah.
The very next episode, the synopsis, the only thing it said was, Jon Snow is dead. And I was like,
yes, I
Yeah.
remember
who fucking
that.
wrote this synopsis, man?
Okay.
They're just,
Because they're like, what do we do? Just like,
and it was that whole summer of speculation, so they were just like, no, just say it.
yeah.
What's funny is Barry this last season did the same thing too. I'm gonna look it up. They were
Jon
super,
Snow is dead. And you're like,
Jon
wait,
Snow-
what?
Every episode he's dead. Okay. No, where is I'm gonna go to episode 4. So it would say, okay, the episode was called Yikes, and then the description is, "Are you mad at me?" And then this episode's called "You're Charming," and then the description is, "What's wrong with you?" And then this next episode's called "It Takes a Psycho," and the description is, "Damn." So it just has like these one lock the door. Things have changed. That's it. You know. So I like how it kind of trip you up a little bit. Okay, closing thoughts. We're hitting our mini.
That's it.
That's it. No. I'm giving room for closing thoughts. Anything else you guys want to talk about Rotten Tomatoes ratings, reviews?
This has been kind of the theme of the summer for me,
Yeah.
especially with some of these movies that have flopped. You know, I feel like we've talked about them throughout the few episodes, but I just watch the content. If you want to watch it, watch it. And if someone tells you, "Oh, it's bad," like who cares what they think until you see it?
When people were going to see Indiana Jones and coming out saying like, "Oh yeah, I actually liked it," that's because they were going in with this preconception that, of course it was
it's
terrible,
gonna be bad,
just like the last one. But like, it's just when you start seeing it everywhere on media and stuff, like those reactionary videos on YouTube where you have these like, "Ugh, this is why Indiana Jones is the worst fucking movie ever." It goes beyond the pale of just regular film criticism.
What I've started doing is every time I see a hard, like, hot take on something, I immediately go, "Oh, that's just clickbait."
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
which is maybe us too a little bit. I don't know, maybe me too. But like, it's just like, please watch my content. You know what I mean? Like, so if it immediately like, hey, whoa, I go, whoa, okay, it's not.
Yeah,
this
like
isn't
Ben
real life.
Shapiro
Yeah.
hating on Barbie. It was just like, they
it's
go
like, suck a dick,
so
who cares?
hard one way or the other. It's just absurd. Like, the most I like to do is going to Empire Magazine or Empire Online, see what star rating they give something. Either it's reaffirming or encouraging or surprising, like, honestly. So, after Cannes, they were like one of the few positive reviews coming out about Indiana Jones. They gave it like 4 out of 5 stars. Everybody else was ragging on it. I was like, oh, okay, so there's hope. You know what I mean? But like, if I'm super excited for something like Oppenheimer, Barbie, I'm just using recent examples, but I hold off from reading the review. I just see that star sign and I'm just like, all right, I'm good. And then go, as soon as that movie is done, you bet I'm getting onto Empire and reading that full review.
I get it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I get upset when I see people in the media, and who knows, flash forward to us in 2 years when we do it. But when people in the media who like release their reviews the day or 2 days before, and it's like, bro, no one has seen this movie yet, and you're coming in here into my space, telling me how to think and what to prepare for. Like, I was excited about this movie, and now you're telling me it's a 3. You know, like, don't come in here toxifying my whole environment. Like, that is a spoiler alert in and of itself of knowing your review. Like, please wait. So I have to be careful when I'm on that feed and I'm scrolling, and sometimes I just see like, okay, well, I guess now I have to set my expectations low or high or whatever.
See, man, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't feel that way.
Yeah,
I try
I'm
not
in the
to
minority.
give them.
I know that.
I try not to give them that power over me. Like, if someone goes, "I hated that movie," I'd be like, "I know people that hated things that I loved. Like, who cares?"
I know.
You know?
I know. I just want it to be fresh when I see it or hear it. But
you guys, what a fun mini episode this was. Look at us.
It's a quick one. I feel like we're really running
out.
Stay tuned. We have 3 more Punch Drunk mini episodes coming up. Next week, we're going to talk about the best wedding moments, the best wedding scenes, and best wedding movies. Because next week, I'm getting married. So tune in for that. But until next time, it's been me, Luis Gonzalez. With me's been...
And Deadpool.
And Miguel Sanchez. How dare you, Ed? How dare you?
I just didn't know if you were going to wait this time.
And until next time, cousin, you are Knuff. Bye-bye.